Alright, so first off, it's like 2 a.m. and I'm doing this late because I completely forgot about it, but this is my speech. So it's about the fact that South Park is the greatest comedy ever created. The show revolves around four boys: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflovsky, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick. And Butters, but no one likes Butters. And their adventures and mischief through the town of South Park, Colorado. I'm here to argue that no show has ever done satire better than South Park. First off, I'll start with the timing. For those that don't know, every South Park episode is finished in its entirety in only 6 days, meaning that all the writing, animating, and voice acting is all done within those 6 days. Because of this, South Park is always on top with current events, often within days after they occur. For example, when Barack Obama was elected president in 2008, South Park had an episode about it the next day, including actual quotes that Obama said during his speech. The ability to tackle these current events is essential to South Park's successful satire, since the events they are making fun of are still fresh on the mind of the general public. This gives them a major leg up over other shows like Family Guy or The Simpsons, mainly because Family Guy and The Simpsons episodes can take up to 6 months to a year to produce, and they're often too far behind to cover the same subjects that South Park does. Since the creators allow little time to produce South Park episodes, it doesn't give them much time to second guess themselves or change their minds. But they create an environment that shows unfiltered mind of the creators. This is a best case scenario for a show like South Park that thrives off offensive and unfiltered content. Anyone that's had to create a project for school knows that a relatively short amount of time it creates an atmosphere of pressure. A healthy dose of pressure is important when creating something because it helps the creative mind operate effectively. As with most people, it appears that the creators of South Park work best with some pressure. However, the effectiveness of the show's satire comes down to how it is executed. South Park's execution of satire comes second to none. They always hit the mark with pinpoint accuracy, while their effectiveness often comes down to fantastic writing. Arguably, the most effective parts of their satire are the literary devices they use. If you're a fan of South Park, you've likely picked up on the fact that they have several formulas they use when satirizing a topic. South Park normally uses hyperbole. Nearly every episode has used hyperbole to at least some degree, but I'm referring to the episodes where exaggeration is their main tool. The writers are masters of taking a point and pushing it to its absolute extremes, just to hammer it home to the viewer. This is seen best in season 19 episode You're Not Yelping, in which Cartman becomes a Yelp reviewer in order to get better service and free stuff at restaurants, just by telling them that he'll give them a bad review. But other people start to notice that he's doing this, and pretty soon everyone in the town is a Yelp reviewer. And he calls upon a meeting to discuss making a Yelp team and him being the leader. But everyone there tends to be so self-absorbed that they think that they're supposed to be the leader. So the writers showed hyperbole there by making all Yelp reviewers be very self-absorbed, because they showed that everyone thought that they were going to be the leader of the Yelp team when it was actually supposed to be Cartman. But depicting groups as extremists is one of the most effective ways for the writers to make fun of a group. Emphasizing these negative traits, they bring to light these traits in a way that is okay, but at the same time is actual criticism on the group or person. This method allows the creators of South Park to get away with almost anything. Think about the character Lou Kim, the owner of City Walk. They intentionally made Lou Kim to be the most stereotypical Chinese man possible. complete with extremely squinty eyes, horrible broken English, and a Chinese restaurant. The way they're able to get away with something like that many would consider a racist depiction, is because they made him so stereotypical that it it doesn't get considered racist. Instead of just making fun of his race himself, they're making fun of how strange the stereotypes are. But if you were to ask someone to describe South Park in one word, that one word normally comes up with offensive. It's offensive for good reason, too. The amount of major controversies the show's been involved in is mind-boggling. It's caused more controversy than any other show to air on television. But to sum everything up, South Park is a great example of a true comedy because the writers will take anything you can throw at them and still manage to get a laugh out of it. Alright, that's it.